it's a call, it must be burning, guys. There is no way that it will be a call and it is cold and logical and fully definable. It cannot be. There must be something nonsensical about it, but also it must be propelled by the fire that you don't know how it started and when it will end. Moses was going about in his own way, doing his menial job, day job, looking after Jethro's flocks, and the burning bush distracted him, called his attention, and diverted him, and called him to the. There must be a burning bush in your life that distracts and calls for your attention, for you. Because remember, we're saying it must be a deep desire to serve in a specific area within the ministry. And therefore, it is specific. Each one of us, as we sit here, have got our burning bush. My burning bush, it's not my brother's burning bush, it's not my sister's burning bush, it is not your burning bush, and your burning bush is nobody else's burning bush, because your burning bush, it becomes just like another nonsense that I'm not going even to pay attention on it, because it doesn't appeal to me. Why is it that Moses was attracted to this bush? It is because this bush represented something within Moses himself. This burning bush was what God does when he calls you. He gives you a replica, a photocopy, an identical copy of your burning bush of your soul. And he attracts you to that particular area. The area I'm talking about, the bush I'm talking about, it is a specific area within ministry or life that attracts your attention. It is something that you cannot ignore. It is something that you cannot just live without attending to. I mean, when you want to know what your call is, look at the things that frustrates you. Whatever frustrates you is your burning bush. I know for sure, I cannot stomach, and God give me patience on this. I cannot stomach a flat tire in the pulpit. I cannot. It just turns something of rage, a holy rage within me, when somebody who shouldn't be in a pulpit is in a pulpit, because I know that is my burning bush. Don't you dare go onto my burning bush with your bottle of water and sprinkle the water over the fire of my bush. And for some, it's administration. And for some, it's pastoral care. It's people in hospital. And for some, it's children. And for some, it's women. And for some, it's disabled. And for some, it's economic development of the poor. And it goes on and on and on and on. If you tell me about the disabled, they are the people of God. I love them, right? But they are not my burning bush. It's not that I am mean. It's not because I lack compassion. It's simply not my peace. There are friends of mine, two of them, I won't mention them, but they are forever inviting people into their pulpits. Forever. Part of their huge expenditure is the 2,000 rand they give you when they invite you. I know because they've invited me. So I'm part of their expenditure budget. And it is simply because the pulpit is not the burning bush for the brother. But they are burning bush. Find them during the week when they sit with an old woman, and the patience they have, and the care and the tenderness, and the anointing in their voice, and the healing touch in their hand. Meet them on Tuesday at 11 o'clock in the morning. You will love them. Your burning bush. You got to know your burning bush. And as Moses was saying, was attending to this thing was pulling Moses, but Moses was pulling this fire. It was more like an echo. You know, the more Moses looked, the more the flames burned. And the mystery is that it was not burning up, or it was not being consumed. It was continuously burning. And therefore there was this echo. Have you been in the caves and try and hit the clap? You can hear the clap going and coming back, and it's almost like when the angel in the tree said, Moses, Moses. Did you realize he called him twice? It was almost like reminding him that this is an echo. It is a bouncing board, because he says, Moses, Moses. It's almost like God is saying, you see that tree that is burning here, its name is Moses, but the tree that is burning here, it's also called Moses, and therefore it's Moses, Moses, and therefore there is a pull and a push. And you want to go, but you do not want to go. You want to come closer, but you do not want to come closer. Moses, Moses, the push and the pull, the push and the pull, the push and the pull, until you are told, hey, dude, you are in the holy surroundings here. Sandals off and lie prostrate in humility and say, surrender, oh, I surrender. I surrender, oh, unto Jesus.